Memory, the mark on the heart. It was a chilly autumn evening in a small village on the outskirts of Yorkshire. The wind whispered through the old cottages, but inside one humble house, warmth lingered, a warmth that came not from the fire alone but from a lifetime of memories. Inside lived Eldrick Harris, an old man whose lined face carried the stories of decades. His eyes, though faded, still held a spark of something that refused to die: hope. Eldrick believed one thing above all: memory is the mark on the heart. If that mark is good, it will guide you forward. If it's painful, you must heal it and turn it into something beautiful. One day, a young man named Corwin Blake came from the city. Corwin had once dreamed big: a music career in London, a business startup with friends. But each attempt ended in failure. Betrayed by those he trusted, burdened by his own regrets, he arrived in Eldrick's village with empty pockets and a heavy heart. Corwin was a distant relative. His family had sent him away hoping the old man's wisdom might lift him out of despair. But at first, Corwin didn't care about anything. He spent days staring at the ceiling of the cottage, the fire crackling beside him. One night, Eldrick sat him down near the hearth and began to share his story. Eldrick spoke softly. "Corwin, did you know I was once like you? When I was a boy, the war took my father, hunger took my youth, anger nearly took my soul. I thought my painful memories would drown me. I wished I could erase the past. Until I realized, forgetting doesn't heal. Memory is a mark. You can cover it with bitterness, or you can trace over it with kindness. When I fell, I told myself, this too will be a mark on my heart. Let it make me stronger." Corwin stared at the flames, saying nothing. Eldrick continued, "Greater than years past. I worked the fields, taught my children to read, built this little house with my bare hands. Every kindness, every hard day, every night, I didn't give up. They all left marks too. Now, those marks are the light that keeps my heart warm." Corwin finally asked, his voice cracking, "Greater than so even if the mark hurts, you can make it beautiful?" Eldrick placed his gnarled hand on Corwin's shoulder. "Yes, lad, you can't erase a scar, but you can choose what story it tells. Forgive where you can, help where you can't. That's how you turn a wound into a lamp." Days turned into weeks. Corwin began helping Eldrick tend his small orchard behind the cottage. He fixed the fence, repaired the broken shed, and sometimes taught local kids how to play guitar. Slowly, he felt the old mark in his chest soften. One day, Corwin called the village youth together. Shy teens like Maeve, strong-willed boys like Tobin, dreamers like Sorrel, kids who felt as lost as he once did. Corwin stood on a tree stump and spoke. "When I came here, my heart was full of scars. Eldrick showed me they could become something else. Now, I want us to build something together, a place where every scar becomes hope." They restored an abandoned barn at the village's edge, turning it into a community house. They planted a memory garden, where each tree was named after someone they forgave or something they overcame. The kids painted a wall inside the barn with colorful notes, messages to their future selves. "You are enough. Forgive and grow. Keep your heart warm." One evening, as the sun dipped behind the orchard, Eldrick looked at Corwin and said, "Greater than you've done well, lad. This place, these young souls, you're leaving marks of light on their hearts. They'll carry them long after we're gone." Years later, the little village became known for its memory house and its garden of kindness. Travelers would come from miles away, just to walk among the trees, to read the notes on the walls. Some wrote new ones, leaving pieces of their own healing behind. And Corwin, he still told every visitor the same thing: greater than no mark is too deep to heal. No memory is too heavy to lift. It is our choice, whether we let the mark break us, or light the way for others. Because in the end, it was true. Memory is the mark on the heart, and only you decide what that mark will become. Short reflexiono. So, wherever you are, remember, your scars do not define your weakness. They are proof you lived, you tried, you fell, and you rose. Let every mark be a spark, for your own heart and for the hearts that follow. May your memories light your way.